And now, the Big D and Bubba Weekly Podcast.
Big D and Bubba, they have a show 5 days a week, but they don't get to say everything that's on their mind, so they have an extra one, and that's how we get the podcast. The podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Big D and Bubba's podcast. The podcast. The podcast.
This is not cool.
Big D and Bubba's podcast.
This is not cool. Why am I the only one singing along?
Why do we have to sing again?
I don't
like
know.
It started like
we
everyone
used to
started.
not. We used to not.
I don't know why we sing.
Patrick used to try to harmonize with himself, and then we started making fun of him harmonizing with himself,
Right.
and then it just became a tradition to sing along with it. And now,
So you know
I'm
the
the only one.
backstory, and you still asked. I don't know. I think you know, you have singing days and not so singing days.
Well, you don't have to be a harsh about it. Thank you. Talk to you later.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You know.
that's a great gold. That is a great gold today.
Well, you don't have to be a harsh about it. Thank you. Talk to you later.
It was like when that guy who recorded, like he requested like Johnny Lee or something, and they were
Something.
like, we don't play Johnny Lee. And
I was trying to be honest with him that day. I'm like, man, I would love to play it. I love all that old stuff, but I don't think we're going to do it just because we can't.
Yeah,
Because
we don't play that.
Here's the thing. A lot of people think that we pick the songs. We get to play a handful of songs that we want. That's, that is somebody else's job. Somebody else gets paid to do that. And Carson works with them and helps kind of do all that. And it's like this whole weird thing. And like we are just...
So blame me that we don't play Johnny Lee. That's on me. I will give you that.
he kind of roundabouted it, but
No, I didn't.
directly.
I said-
it is her fault.
It is my fault.
It isn't
Yeah.
your fault.
It is.
I had this discussion with a guy that I do work with on our music, and I said something about our format being so unique that people do still call up asking for stuff that's 20, 50 years old. I go, no one's calling up the pop station and saying like, hey, can you play me Duran Duran?
Yeah,
Right, 'cause they
isn't that
just
weird?
know.
That is so weird. You're right.
Yeah, can you play Bust a Move by Young MC?
Oh, hold on. I might have to go make a request now.
Oh, I hated that song.
What?
Is that the one?
jam
This is
all
for
the
our fellas. I like
what
that.
the lady
It needs to
tell
tell
us.
us. Gift card that because you're overzealous. Play hard to get females get jealous. Okay, smarty, go to a party.
Whatever
Okay.
happened to rap? Like rap used to be, and
Fun.
I am
It was
not.
fun.
I am not a hater. I am not a hater at all because rock has the same thing going on right now too. Rap was totally different. It was all about fun and whatever. You had like the fun rap. Of course, you had like your gangsta stuff. You had your East Coast versus West Coast. You had all the different factions, but it was still fun.
Yeah, rock's big problem. I've said this to a number of my rock friends. Rock is not sexy anymore.
Well-
There is no sex appeal in rock except the women.
Well, I was going to say rock fell apart. So rock and roll as a genre is dead. And I do still like some rock bands. I even like a lot of new rock stuff. But the thing is with rock, back in the day, like when we were kids, rock was about partying, about girls, yes, and it was just that. I mean, you had Lita
Yes.
Ford flipping the thing around. Went to the party late last night.
Went to the party Friday, yeah.
What a great song that is.
Yeah, I mean, it was about having.
I mean, that was
fun.
a cover, but that's okay.
Was it?
Yeah.
Who
Kiss
did-
Me Deadly.
Yeah, it was a cover.
Of who?
I forget who it did originally, but hey, good for her. She still did it. I mean,
Wow, I didn't know that. Was it another like rock?
That was. I think it was a dude. But even that, no. But she took it, like you said, she flipped the script. No, rock has just lost it. Rock just isn't sexy anymore. Not to say I don't like some of it, but there's a reason I'll go watch Mick Jagger, who's going to be 81, slither around on stage because that is way sexier than anything any of these dudes are doing.
Wow.
I mean, Lizzie Hale, though, killed it when I went to go see her open for
I
Skid
saw
Row
your
2 years
video.
ago. Oh, my gosh, that girl is just
That was an old
queen.
video.
It was 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I thought you said 2 years ago.
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
She's doing a brief tour with Skid Row,
I
and I
thought
went
her
opening
pants
night.
were going to fall off. In your
Everybody
video.
made the comment about the pants in the YouTube video, and I was like, there is a reason that you pay people real good money to do stage clothes because those things never budged. They did their job. They did what they were supposed to.
Did you see the video, Big D?
I did not. I saw some of it. I didn't see that one.
It was okay. So Lizzie Hale's out there. By the way, she does look younger.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned that in the
Yeah,
comments. I was like, yeah, she does. But like, she had this. I don't even know what you call it. What do you call it? Like the netting? Was it?
Yeah, she had a
fishnet?
bodysuit that was made of like fishnetty, slightly see-through-ish material, and then she had these leather pants that barely held on to her hips. They were like mid-hip.
There were
like
MIPS.
yeah, there's low rise, and then there was Lizzie Hale rise. And those things didn't budge. She kept them on the whole show, and good for her, man.
That's crazy.
She killed it.
And what is it about, like if you're on, your stage clothes is different. If you're going out and you're going to be like going out with the girls or whatever, and you put on that exact same bodysuit, if you got a tear in it, you would freak out and you would not wear it. You would shift gears and whatever. But Lizzie getting on stage had a tear under the arm on that thing.
Oh, I see it now.
And
Actually, both arms did. I think that was on purpose because
Well,
when you're lifting your arms up, they need that reach. So
So
a
they
lot
just
of
tear them?
stage clothes actually do have a hole in the armpit to let you go through, so that way it doesn't.
But it just
split
makes
all
it
the way
look
down.
like it's old and vintage.
It does.
And
It
whatever.
looks cool, but
It
I think
looks-
that's on purpose.
But why is it looks cool on rock stars or on anybody else who wears that kind of
It's
stuff?
like tattoos. Like I see dudes with sleeves, and you're like, they're not real well done. Ooh, I'm kind of turned off. And then I don't know, show me a guy with a drumstick, and I'm like, ooh, that's hot though.
What is it about? Okay, what is it about tattoo sleeves, like all the way down the forearms and all that? If you see a guy with a sleeve of tats and he has weak arms, he looks like the loserest loser you've ever losered. Like, I know I'm not the only one. I see that and I go, dude, go to the gym.
That's why I don't have tats.
Yeah. Because then you see Jason Momoa, and you're like, yes.
Like, what is-
Okay, that deserved a tattoo. That should be
Well, you
celebrated.
see all like the spec op guys and all
Yeah.
the
Oh,
military
yeah, for
guys.
sure.
They're all, big giant forearms looking like Popeye, and they got the sleeves, and
Yeah.
it looks so
Looks
right.
so
and you
good.
go, man, that's
Yep.
just not fair to not, you don't want to be in the same room as that guy.
It's not fair to those guys who don't put the work in to do that.
I know.
These
Well,
guys.
you don't have to be
Yeah,
a horse's butt about it.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, that's by the way, that video is Carson on air. You can see the
Oh yeah.
on Instagram.
Also, many Mick Jagger videos on there that did not get a third of the traction Lizzie did.
Well, Mick is 80 something.
He'll be 81 this summer.
It's crazy.
Still selling out
And he
stadiums.
moves well.
Oh my gosh, it was
I mean, I was visiting with my dad, who is also
I
80
know.
something, only just a couple years shy of Mick Jagger. And I made that fun with my dad. I was poking fun with him, and I said, Dad, you got to start exercising more. You're getting stiff. You're not moving. I move well for a man my age. I said, you do not.
no.
You do not. And he goes, well, show me another. I said, okay. I pulled out Carson's videos of Mick Jagger on stage. I said, Dad, this is a 3-year difference.
Yeah.
What are you doing wrong?
The sad part is the Stones are. I'm supposed to go to my parents' house in a couple weeks to go see them. And my parents, who some of their first dates was like sitting in my dad's dorm room listening to Stones records. And here's my dad. He's like, yeah, I don't think I want to go. That just seems like a lot. That's like a crowd. And I'm like, but the dudes on stage are older than you. Like, they're going. I mean, I get it. They have police escorts. But, I can't get you to go to the show. Here's my mom. Like, I'll go. Okay. So, yeah. So I got to take one parent, possibly, to a Stone show.
I think it's cool.
What
You
a
take
life.
your
I
mom to
know.
concerts.
I do.
I mean,
do.
and you took her to meet Barry Manilow.
I did.
I always think about that. Have you met Mick Jagger before?
No. I'm not
Do
gonna
they
get.
do the meet and greet sales or any of that?
No, they don't. They don't even sell them because first off, they don't need to. Secondly, there's a lot of money in Stones fans because there's a group that I'm in on Facebook, and there's a big group of them that go to each and every show. When I say every show, I'm talking Argentina. They go to Paris. And they're at every show. Right now, I'm watching them just go everywhere for this tour. Thing is, people could afford it, and I think they're like, we can't be bothered. Like, no, this is a full-time job. I don't need the aggravation.
Well, I would think too. I mean, a lot of the Stones fans, and the high end.
yeah,
Those people are in their retirement years. They have so much disposable income because that was the bulk of the people who first got into the 401ks and
Yep.
all that kind of stuff. That whole generation. So they're sitting in a pretty good place.
yeah, and that's
And
the
the
thing. They
Stones know
could
that they can take their money.
afford it. When you look, like Stones tickets went on sale today for their last show, the American tour, and
We know, Carson.
not everybody listening to the podcast does. But no, I'm
Well,
looking
you
at
don't
ticket
have to be a
prices.
horse's butt about it.
I think the lowest ticket price is $450. Like that's the cheap
Lord.
seat. So yeah.
I wouldn't pay $450 to see anyone. Anyone. And I know you're like, I love the people who come in here because they save me so much money.
Yeah, right.
I mean,
That's
I could
true.
have a Jason Aldean concert on a random Wednesday
That's
right.
right.
here, 4 feet from me.
I would love to see your budget.
Concert budget.
I would
It's
like-
not only concerts,
Yeah,
it's the
merch.
concerts, it's the merch, it's the
Yeah.
travel, it's the hotels,
Travel, yeah.
meals, everything that goes into it.
Yeah, I actually don't eat a ton when I'm on the road because I'm afraid what happens if I'm in the pit and I have to go to the bathroom, then I'm going to lose my space. So actually, I save money on food and drinks when I go to shows.
Oh my God, you're over here fasting so you can stay
So
at a
like,
concert.
I'm not going to move. I'm standing here for 10 hours. You're not getting in front of me.
It could be the new TikTok craze on weight loss.
It is. It's the new diet plan, concert diet.
Get in the pit.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see Lainey tonight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
nice.
I was offered that. I wanted to go, but I didn't want to fight the crowds. That's the problem. I'm like
Yeah.
your dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, it seems like a lot of people.
Yeah.
2 shows.
Yeah. That's the thing. She's doing 2 nights. So, but they already said they're like, oh, here's a pre-party and you'll get to say hi to Lainey. And I'm like, well, I can't say no to that.
Will you please tell
ever.
her we said hi?
I definitely will.
Did you see that? Okay, so they're behind the scenes. There's a baseball team that is everyone loves the Cinderella team, and this team it's called Birmingham Southern College, and the college Schaefer is out of business, right? They closed their doors.
Yeah, they're
today
out.
I think
Today is their
today's
last
the
day.
last
How does
day.
a college go out of business?
They didn't get. It was some kind of a tax funding or something. It's a private, and they didn't get it, and so they had to close the doors.
Wow.
And so their baseball team is out on the road on these tournaments. You know,
And
at the end of the
they're
season.
still in it?
They made it. They get in. They get last week they're trying to get it. If they win 2 games, they go to the next, which is the World Series for D3. And they get up. They can't believe they're already at this point. They don't have a school. They're just kind of renegades on the road, playing baseball, doing it for the love. And I don't know if they got food poisoning
It's food poisoning.
the night before.
2 of them were in the
No.
hospital.
There were like 9 that were like throwing up, sick. Their relieving pitcher who comes in at the very end was on IVs.
Oh my
in the
gosh.
dugout so that he could go out. He was on IVs for like 4 innings just so he could get ready to go in and close it. And they end up winning. So now this team is going to the World Series and they don't have a school.
I want them to win it.
Wow.
I know
want them to win it all.
everyone support.
I'm totally
So much so that Topps, the baseball card,
Yeah.
they are doing a run of Birmingham Southern College baseball cards for this weekend. You can only buy them this weekend and then they're done.
I love
Those will be worth a
this.
lot one day.
Well, one card is $8. Just
Yeah.
one card.
Okay.
And then you can
So if
go
it's
up
$8
to
and then
30, I think.
Okay, so let's say it's $30.
No, 30 cards. Then
Oh,
it's like
30 cards.
Then it's like $400.
Well, you get the whole set for $400, and then 30 years from now, because more and more stuff is going to continue to go digital, those tangible items, those
Yeah.
collectors things, are going to be worth more.
Yeah, this is a
I don't want an IFT. I want something I can hold.
yeah. It's pretty cool. The cards are the way the card looks. It's kind of a
Oh,
yeah,
I
like
love
the
this.
team all celebrating.
yeah, and that's
Yay,
one.
we have no school.
Yeah, that's right.
School's out forever.
That's the thing. Who's paying the bills with them out on the road? And
Their
doing
parents, I bet.
it
I
would
bet
have to
it's-
be. I think
Oh,
they
I
have to
found
do
it.
some
Here it is.
fundraising.
So one card is $9, 5 cards is $33, 10 is $55, 20 is $90.
Oh,
What's the whole set? Do they have the whole
And
set?
90, the 20 cards.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
I wonder, could you take the school's credit card and just keep charging stuff? Right? Because then when the bill comes paid, like,
Who's gonna pay it?
who's going to be there? Like, good luck finding us.
And they're also going to give a portion of the net proceeds donated to the baseball team.
Oh.
That's really cool.
Oh, this would be the greatest movie if it works out the way we all want it to.
You know it's not. They're going to get blown out.
I know.
But still,
Game
okay,
one.
that's still a great movie because you can still teach a great, hey, even whenever you have nothing to play for but each other or nothing to play for, you can still play for each other.
Well,
You know what? The mighty
for the-
Casey has struck out.
The great part of the
Part of
movie
the
is
reason that's so memorable.
they got into the College World Series. You don't have to say afterwards. You just end the movie right there. It's just like, hey, we made it.
Yeah.
Actually, that is pretty good.
Like No Country for Old Men, the way that ended. Black
Keely in comments says, "Hey, random question. I've been listening to old podcasts, and I just heard one raving about Friends cheese dip, Amy's cheese dip. Would Carson be willing to share the recipe?
Yes.
Pretty please, with extra cheese."
Yeah. It's easy. It's 4 parts, equal parts cream cheese, sour cream, Swiss cheese, and Parmesan. So if you want...
It's equal for everything?
It's equal. 8 ounces, 6... However much you're going to make. But yeah, Swiss, sour cream, Parmesan, and cream cheese. So
And then you just mix it together. And then
mix it together and then bake it until it looks melty and maybe a little bit of brown on top. And it is delicious. You can put it on... she usually does like a baguette. She'll like slice up bread. And green apples works real well on that. It's also good with a spoon. Putting that out there.
A finger.
I'm just saying, I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Our boy Garrett over here has gotten into cooking. He's quite the chef now.
And I'll be doing more this weekend, too.
He's gonna light her up, man.
And you went from not cooking at all to getting around us, and you would get the free food because we would give you some of the HelloFresh stuff. If I'm not
It
mistaken.
honestly started with that. You guys gave me one of those boxes. I brought it home, and I was like, I'll try it.
I think that's a great way to get people into cooking because it's easy.
And you really learn so much.
You do. You learn because they tell you don't add the garlic super early. You'll burn it. So just let it get fragrant. It takes about 45 seconds. And then otherwise you wouldn't know that. Well, you would when you burned your garlic.
I think when I turned 26 years old, that's when my masculine urges...
Can't you turn him off?
My masculine urges kicked in to grill.
Bubba, is that
Soon
not
I'm going to be
possible?
falling in love.
There we go. Oh, wow, that was so much better. That was weird. I was getting some weird stuff there. It was like, I don't know. It was like time traveling or something like that. And also just
you
hatred.
don't have to be a harsh about it.
All right. Now, what are you saying, Garrett? Something about
I was just saying
how young
that
you are?
first...
All right, I'm done. I swear.
Okay.
Bubba doesn't know when to stop.
I don't.
He's like a 5-year-old.
I'm a little kid. I really am. I'm like a little kid with a
So what are you
toy.
doing again? Sorry.
I was going to say...
Turn it on. I dare you. I dare you.
First comes the grilling, and then I'm going to fall in love with the tree for the rest of my life. Because
The what?
remember, you said that at a certain age you fall in love with a tree.
You have a favorite tree?
No, it's not. You have a favorite tree.
Favorite tree.
Yeah, you start to look at it, you're like, oh, that's a good looking elm.
I have a I have a favorite tree.
That's the dogwood in my front yard.
Oh my gosh.
I have a. What am I doing? Anyway, one day you'll be like, hey, you know what? I'm into trees and birds. Birds are a thing too.
My hummingbirds.
Do you have a bird feeder?
I do in my backyard.
Oh,
yeah.
it has begun.
Yep.
It
Have
has
you-
begun.
Have you guys seen the ones where they have a camera mounted in it?
Yeah.
I want to get one.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen those.
And when
Yeah.
it's inside the little house
No,
and
no.
it comes, their little beak comes through, I can sit mesmerized.
Have
I
you
watched-
seen those bird feeders that go in your windows?
Yes.
Yes.
You raise the window
Yes.
up, you put the bird feeder in, you drop it back down, then you seal the edges,
Yeah.
and it basically
It's inside your house.
It juts into your house. It's like it
Yes.
puts it 12 inches into your house, and it's all like Lexan or plastic or whatever. And so you have these birds just chilling in your living room
It's cool.
It
randomly.
really is.
We have one that's a window that's high, like it's like 2 or 3 stories up, and it's clear, so that it looks like, but it's not inside. It's like it attaches to the window, and it's all clear. So
Yeah, I've
they're
seen
like,
those with the little suckers or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
suction cups, suckers. But I know what you meant. I always want to get one of those. In fact, we had one for a while. The one that throws squirrels. It spins. If a squirrel gets on it,
I want one of those. I could entertain myself for days with that.
It's so great. They're expensive, but it's worth it, I think.
The squirrels get in there and they eat all the bird food. Also, the squirrels are terrible because I have the hummingbird feeders and they're red and they have those yellow little fake plastic flowers for the hummingbirds to go, oh, that's where I go. Well, the problem is that the squirrels will climb up the tree, jump over to the hummingbird feeder, and then they chew the plastic off of the little yellow flowers. So I have no yellow flowers anymore.
You guys have got to see. It's the guy. Okay, he's a YouTube guy. He's a former NASA engineer, and he's the one who does those prank boxes that people steal from like porch pirates. And he's made it to where you steal it and it starts recording and they follow it and it has a tracker and it does fart spray when they get it to their house. It throws glitter.
I'm looking at it now.
It's whoever gets it, like they get stuck with it. And you can hear them going, "What in the world? What's going on? What is this?" And then anyway, it's the same guy. And he did a squirrel obstacle course.
Mark Rober is his name.
That's
I
it.
found a Mark Rober.
Look him up. If you do Mark Rober squirrel, it'll probably pop up. But he put all these like really hard, it get progressively harder. They're almost like an obstacle course in his backyard, and each time it got harder, and they figured it out. He was like, it's unbelievable. And when you see how hard it is, it's like, it took him like 2 days, and he has this really well done narrated video of him and these squirrels, and the squirrels, you get to know them and you root for them.
You get to know them.
You have favorites.
Yeah, you're like, I like this kid. Yeah, it's good. He said,
You're also the guy who roots for marbles.
Well, the Jelly Marble League. It's we've had a good run this season. So it's going well. It's the Marble 100 is what it's called. They do 100 races.
Keely says thank you for the recipe.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah,
that's perfect for like parties and stuff.
Yeah.
Grayson Goodrich says, "When's Hank Jr. coming back?"
He would come back.
I would love to have him back. He's always invited, but I don't know if he ever. You say he would?
Yeah. I talked to one of his folks
recently.
No, it was soon after that interview we did, and he was like, "I know you guys probably don't think but that went really well." Like, oh, well, I thought it was a train wreck.
It was an absolute. Could you imagine how bad it must have been for everybody else?
That's what he said. He goes, first off, he doesn't do interviews and he doesn't like them. And he walked out of one of the interviews, and I was like, because he's hard. Like he's ornery. He's ornery, man.
Yeah.
He's not easy to get along with.
He does not suffer fools.
No. Icons don't put up with your crap.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I think he would come back. I think he's like, he likes you guys. He's like, that's rare. I was like, wow, okay.
Stop. No, you guys, I don't know.
No, he doesn't like people.
Oh, okay. So, because I was like, I don't know if you guys know the amount of times I will be in our green room and you guys are doing something, we're getting ready for an artist to come in, and the amount of stories I hear about like, yeah, we're really glad to be here because we know this will go good because the last one, or I just got off a phone call with that one, and
other radio people.
Yeah, we get a lot of compliments.
Well, that's good. Well, it's not hard when there are people who are in our same industry are goobs.
I always say that to people. They're like, "Wow, you're a really good interviewer." I'm like, "Or everybody else is really bad."
It's like all the olives are rotten except for this one. It's delicious. Also, do you find that black olives taste differently than they did when you were growing up?
They're a little oilier, I think, now. I noticed that.
I find the taste is different.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just me. I'm going to start asking around. So you guys are my first.
All right, so I say they're a little oilier. Yeah, I don't think they taste different. I just feel like they have a.
You talking about the ones that come out of the can?
Yes, the ones out of the
Straight out of the can.
The black olives, the sliced up ones, or the ones that are whole?
No, pitted.
Okay, yeah, the pitted are fine.
Whole pitted.
Yeah, I just find they're a little oilier. I don't remember them being as oily when I was a kid, but I don't think they taste different. I just think.
Did you find that you ate olives more when you were a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. We had green olives in the pit, and we had black olives, but they were not pitted. You had to spit the seed out.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it seemed like we ate them all the time. We had pimento cheese as well.
Pimento cheese is good.
That is gross. I probably like it. I still think I like mayonnaise.
A slice of bread and pimento cheese, and you're great.
Now, what is pimento cheese?
Pimentos are the little things that they put in the olive.
Oh, that's a little red thing?
Little red thing.
Yeah, but
like
what is
nipple?
Pimento cheese?
It's like a nip.
Isn't it a mix of like
nipple.
cream cheese?
I think a pimento is like a pepper, right?
I thought I don't know. I eat around the red things when I eat pimento cheese.
Pimento cheese is a spread typically made of cheese, mayonnaise, and pimentos, and is typically served on crackers, vegetables, And sandwiches. And pimentos are cherry peppers, large red heart-shaped chili peppers. And they slice them up and throw them into the pimento cheese.
So,
what is pimento cheese, though? What kind of cheese do they make pimento? Because it doesn't taste like regular cheese.
I think it's just normal cheese, and then they add the pimento flavor. And
I think when I looked up a
peppers themselves.
recipe, it's a cheddar that you use like
I
shredded
found
cheddar.
it. Pimento cheese, popular tradition made with shredded cheddar, mayonnaise, and pimentos. Did you just say
maybe
that?
it's the mayo that
I
throws.
did,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe it's the mayo that throws.
No,
me
hey,
off on the
I
cheese.
said like I haven't tried to make
I'm not
pimento
gonna take
cheese
delay.
in like 10 years.
I just want to
So-
laugh.
Just made it to the podcast.
So
Big D.
that was great because Big D just pulled a Bubba.
Yeah.
He did. That's right.
Well, I was searching. Yeah, you know it is.
No, I don't.
Has Pat Sajak been on the show?
Yeah.
No, that was a callback.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, like a while. I mean, again, it was
Oh,
when
you don't
Patrick was still
remember?
here. Yeah. So we had done this whole thing about how you guys had Pat Sajak on the show because it predated me. And he's going on and on and on about Pat Sajak being on the show. And Bubba just straight faced, totally like, this is not a bit. He's like, have we ever had Pat Sajak? Has he been on the show?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He had just
But he was
checked
probably
out of the
yeah, he
5
was-
minutes. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
amazing.
He's doing. You're looking something up because you're always thinking like, okay,
No,
well,
I know.
I have to come up with something here next.
We all do it. Like we
yeah.
kind of work ahead and try to anticipate. And so, yeah, he had just totally tuned out the entire conversation
Yeah.
about Sajak.
You know who I know has been on the show? William Shatner, because Bubba's always told me.
Oh,
that William
Bubba's
Shatner-
got a.
That's
He's got
the
a thing
William
for
Shatner.
William.
Dude, that was awesome.
We've
Checking
been
to
on
see.
so darn long, and we're on. We're on every night. We're on
Yes,
at
Pat
dinner time.
Sajak has.
We
been
have
on the
it.
show.
He's
That
been
is
on?
him.
Yes.
That was just him I was playing from our show.
Oh, when was that?
I don't know. We'll on his final day, we'll do a throwback and we'll play
we
that
get him?
Pat interview.
I mean, he's not doing
Unless
anything
we
now.
He's
can
not
get-
doing as I can't find any press he's doing.
I don't think he's. Yeah,
Yeah, I think he is.
blame him.
Well, because also they already taped this stuff.
Yeah, it's all done.
He's done, man.
And you
So-
know what's funny is we had him on the show before you were a super fan.
Yeah, I kind of became
Before
of
you
late.
had the Wheel Watcher ID.
I think it was Carson. Carson got me. She's the one who got me addicted to it. Hey, Garrett, add another thing about as you get older, like you'll have a favorite tree and birds. Pimento cheese talk.
Okay.
That's also added to the list now.
And you'll have a game show.
The problem is,
I already
though,
do though, or
Oh,
I
what?
did. I
What's
did.
your game show?
I had Jeopardy, but then Alex left.
See, this is the problem. Now with
Yeah.
Sajak leaving,
Yeah, we're gone.
yeah, your generation, we can't turn you on to Wheel because what do you do? Watch Seacrest?
Yeah, and we don't blame you because we don't want to watch
We
it
don't
either.
want to watch it either.
Just
I have to
gonna do-
watch like the Masked Singer or something.
You have to watch
Oh,
Pyramid.
God.
or,
Masked
you
Singer,
know.
Can't.
Do they still
No.
have that game show network?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, what was the one with the no whammies, no whammies?
Well, Press Your Luck is now in primetime on ABC.
Oh, it's a real show again?
yeah.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Banks hosts it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Strahan doing Pyramid.
Wait, I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's still honestly just as terrible as you remember, but
It's
we all love
nos-
the whammies. That's what
Yeah.
we're there for.
I didn't know they brought it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. That used to be my show. I would get back from school because, like when you get back from school, there was all these different syndicated shows you would watch. And like I would watch that or baseball. And then whenever it was like in the winter, I would watch a lot of Press Your Luck.
See, nothing said a sick day to me like Price is Right. That was it. I
Mm-hmm.
get to watch Bob Barker. That's all that mattered. And Press Your Luck, I think, was the half hour before it. So it came on at 10:30 in the morning. And Price is Right was 11.
What about Let's Make a Deal?
I mean,
I
that's
used to love that. That's the one
it's
where they
still
dress-
on. Wayne Brady's been hosting it for years.
Do people still get dressed up
Oh,
in
yeah.
costumes and all?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So Let's Make a Deal never really hit me. It
Me
was-
either.
Yeah, it
I
just
don't-
wasn't my jam.
It was
that
kind of
was the
hard to
one-
follow.
But that's the one where
Yeah.
like I have $300 here, or you could trade for what's behind any one of these
Yeah.
doors.
I think
Yeah.
as a kid, it was not that it was complicated, but I guess it was kind of beyond my realm. Like Price is Right. I go grocery shopping with my mom. Maybe I'll know how much a can of peas costs, right? And Press Your Luck is literally you hit a button. Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that. I'm a kid. I can imagine myself there. Let's make a deal.
You guys remember Tic Tac Dough?
Yes,
I
with
don't
the
remember
dragon.
Wait, what?
Wink Martindale.
Yes,
There was a dragon on one of these
yeah.
things?
You because it was
That was the whammy. Basically.
yeah, it was tic tac toe. But if you weren't careful and you were like X in the bottom left, and you found the dragon, and it's
Would
yeah,
it like
was very-
roar and all
Yeah.
that?
Oh yeah. It was in.
It was this weird pixelated dragon when you were like everything was like 8-bit.
Yeah.
And then I remember being a kid and name that tune was a thing. And I didn't understand that they weren't actually naming the tune based on playing it on notes, that they were giving you clues about the song. So I was like, I can name that tune in one note. And I was like, what super geniuses are these? Are they psychic? They know the songs? I didn't
realize that either.
Yeah. You're like 6 years old. You don't know.
Yeah.
But let's not forget the greatest game show of all time, Supermarket Sweep. Just watching these people haul these frozen turkeys around and throw them into their cart.
As somebody who has Supermarket Sweep as a favorite on her Roku.
That's a show still too?
It's not, no, but Roku gives you.
It back.
They did.
I found the dragon.
Yes, Leslie Jones, I think, was hosting it. Yeah, there's the dragon.
What a terrible set. That was the sound of the dragon?
It's a
Man,
tiger.
it was the 80s, okay?
That's absolutely a tiger.
Yeah, no, if you have a Roku, they have all these old game shows packaged into channels. So there's Supermarket Sweep channel, there's the Barker Years for Price is Right. You can get a Bob Ross channel. I've been watching a lot of The Joy of Painting. Antiques Roadshow, both US and UK.
I love Antiques Roadshow.
Same, man.
I like the Bake Off or whatever they call it.
Yep, the Great British Bake Off.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But I saw they were doing the Great British Bake Off in Paris.
Yeah, they have the American one too, and it's just not as charming.
Yeah, there's something wrong with it.
What's the guy? It's the guy with the really blue eyes.
Paul Hollywood.
And the older lady.
Mary.
Yeah. Are they gonna score again?
Yep. They're killing it, man.
Oh, Vandy is getting dismantled.
When does the Birmingham Southern
They play tonight, 6:00.
I really hope they win.
It's a D3, so it's not going to be like on ESPN and that kind of stuff.
That's where you pull them up and you say, look.
Yeah, I would too. I agree.
Would, yeah.
And yeah, I was about to say, but with this having so much publicity and the story, they may.
It's got to be on the Ocho, on ESPN Plus.
It's got to be on ESPN
3.
Plus.
Yeah.
ESPN Plus is the best right now. Because because there's all kinds of weird games. You can get all kinds of.
Oh, you know what's going to be on ESPN Plus next week? The Stanley Pup. It's going to be like the Puppy Bowl, but on ice for the Stanley Cup. And
That's
I'm
so great.
Isn't it? I'm so excited
great.
for this.
Smart.
Sounds dangerous for the dogs.
Yeah, I thought that too, but I don't know. I see all these videos of a lot of hockey teams now have like dogs as mascots that come out and they film all this content with them. So I guess they do okay.
Carson, have you ever been to a baseball game where they have a dugout dog?
No, but I've watched the videos. When they come back with the bat, oh my gosh, it's adorable.
There's one, they're like, when you know, this is how you know that it was a bad call. When the dog runs out to get the bat, but it was a ball.
Yeah.
And the dog's like looking there going,
like, what,
and everyone's like, I know, buddy, it was a bad call.
We're
It happened.
sorry, hon.
It's baseball. But you'll get it here in a second.
I am looking. I can't find the Birmingham Southern thing on TV.
It's on their Twitter, and there's a link. I'll give you the Twitter. It's
Bubba,
like I care about this. I know.
I do too.
Bubba, if you want to watch that game,
That's right.
I'll send you the link later.
All right.
You better have a VPN.
Using the live streams available on ncaa.com.
Yeah, it's NC. Yeah, okay. So if you go to, it's
How do you spell that?
their Twitter is BSC Sports. BSC stands for Birmingham Southern College. BSC Sports.
Who's running that now?
I guess.
Right? Like, is it just a free for all?
I guess so. And then they have a link there for the NCAA. Yeah, you can watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it comes on 3:45. 3:45 Central.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, and they're taking on a good team.
Who are they playing?
I don't know. Never heard of them.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Salvi? I don't know who Salvi is.
All right.
Apologize. It's a really small school.
Somebody's super offended right now. It's like whenever people see you wearing your Monticello hat.
My Weevil gear. My Weevils.
Did I see this right? Is that somebody on the internet wearing a Weevil hat?
Garrett, how often do people say in comments about my Weevil hats?
Anytime a video gets more than 10,000 views, someone sees it and says,
Is that
a UAM hat? They're everywhere. They're littered across the country, man.
I know, man. Weevil Nation.
I used to have it was a AA team, and it's still there, a AA team in Montgomery, Alabama called the Biscuits. And I would wear my Biscuits hat every so often. And it looks like a little McDonald's person almost.
Yeah.
But I would get comments everywhere. They go like, "Are you from Montgomery?" No, but I got the hat.
I went and saw a game there, a Biscuits game.
Oh, it's
it was
a
fun.
great,
dude.
it's
The
a
stadium
great
is
ballpark.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's like in an old railway station or something, and it's sunken down.
That's
so you come in at the top and then go down into your seats.
Oh, that's the way it is at Bowling Green.
It's
They're
beautiful.
playing Salve Regina, which is a school in Newport, Rhode Island.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. That's why.
Yeah. So.
Hey, when is the new college football game?
July 18th.
They just released a gameplay of it though, so you can see what it's actually going to look like.
I haven't
I'm
seen
actually
that.
thinking about buying a PS. Did I tell you that I did some research? You have to have a PS5.
Okay.
It doesn't go back to a 4.
PS5 or Xbox only?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, because I have the PS5 and I went ahead and I pre-ordered it. I didn't know that. I thought they were going to have a PS4 version as well. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Well, you know, they're trying to move some merch.
Oh,
sell
move some
some
hardware?
units.
Yeah, but EA doesn't.
I don't know.
Doesn't have anything to do with Sony.
I don't know.
Unless Sony went to them and said,
Not
"Hey."
that you know of.
Oh, they could have been a backdoor deal though. Sony could have gone and said, "Yeah, let's not do retro. Let's keep it PS5 and above, so we can move some hardware." I don't know.
Did you see that?
What?
Sorry, it's baseball. Man, it's NCAA. It's regionals, man.
Oh man,
the supers. It's now.
Well,
is that
you don't
like
have
8?
to be a harsh about it.
Yep.
8-0 against Vanderbilt, and it's in what inning? Top of the fourth. Good Lord, they could get run ruled.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow. How about that? What you think about that,
I
Carson?
love Carson.
Huh.
Tic-tac-toe has
no-
a dragon.
It's no Bridgerton, but
I mean, look, I keep thinking about Salve Regina because I would have loved to have gone to school there because they have old mansions that they converted into buildings. Because it's Newport, Rhode Island, where the wealthiest of the wealthy used to summer.
Oh.
And when you go on the cliff walk in Newport, you pass by some of the dorms and
kinda
campuses.
Reminds me of what's the University of the South?
Sewanee.
Sewanee's campus is gorgeous. It's like
That's the one on top of a hill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's right on top of the hill.
right overlooking Chattanooga. It's expensive.
Yeah.
It's like Vanderbilt prices. Yeah. Or more. Okay, anything else?
No, I think we've
That
pretty
was
much,
a podcast.
Well, you don't have to be a harsh about it. Thank you.
This was the podcast, but now it's over.
See, we're singing
That's
now.
okay,
That's
'cause you
okay.
can listen to the regular show on the radio every day.
What's the podcast?
It was the podcast.
I'm sorry.